ML says, I'm struggling to have compassion and forgiveness for someone who does not care about hurting others and is completely selfish. I have no idea how to be okay with it. So your struggle is that you believe right now you should have compassion, but imagine that there's a level connected to you that's first. Imagine that there's a bouncer before your compassion. We're going to let's say you're trying to get into the nightclub of compassion, right? But there's a bouncer there that needs to be seen first, right? That has a voice before you get to the compassion, forgiveness for someone, right? Like maybe to get in, you have to see something in that bouncer, right? So before you go, I got to get in there. Maybe we need to hear what the bouncer says. So maybe there's something that you have in UML that feels unseen, right? But what I hear is a belief that the next step and the required should is that you need to have compassion and forgiveness for someone who does not care about hurting others. But maybe there's something in you that's trying to tell you something, like maybe you're always trying to have compassion for people, but you need to have it for you first. Maybe there's a level of compassion for them that'll be wonderful once you have compassion for something in you. Maybe you're still hurt and haven't looked at it. Maybe you're really still hurt, and that would be jumping the gun to find the compassion for them. And it would be kind of a foundationless forgiveness that isn't okay. Right? So ML says that makes sense. I definitely still feel hurt. Well, let's imagine that my inner child, let's make my inner child a separate child. Let's say Vivi came in saying, I'm hurt because a kid across the street hurt her. Now let's pretend before I even am there for her, I go, well, we got to find compassion for them. She's sitting here hurting. Let's say they injured her or something like that, or did something intentional, put her down, whatever. And I'm not there for her. I'm immediately trying to ignore her and find compassion for them. So you're jumping the gun, ML. Right now it goes, let's look at you. And maybe it's trying to show you that you have a pattern of being there for them first. And you've been there for them to keep the peace as an avoidance of being there for yourself. And maybe it goes, that no longer works for you. That's the top half of your glow stick. And weirdly, you can't find any compassion at all from this level because you now have to see the bottom half of the glow stick, which is the part of you that's hurt. And go there first, because that's the bouncer, the you right now that's hurting right now. If Vivi came in hurt, I would be there for her, right? That's who I would be there for. Right? That's the first thing. At one point, we might feel compassion for them, but where's the injury right now? Where you are going to be the presence for the one that needs it, right? And so before you are pre-forgive them, let's hear what you feel, because it would be a foundationless forgiving, right? So ML, what does that feel like for you? And that might be something for a lot of you, right? Like there's a hurt in me and I need to see that right now and I need to be present with that. And maybe I was forgiving to avoid me. That's not forgiveness. That's avoidance. That's fear. Right? ML, how does that feel for you? Everyone hold a space of presence. For ML says, it does feel different. Like I need to look at me too. I guess I just think I'm taking too long because it's been years. Well, it's been years. It's been as long as it takes for you to see it. And you can listen, you can tell from the struggle and effort, that's not the easiest way, right? And remember this, the universe sees all, right? If you have an argument with someone, you each have a point of view. And one might be a better point of view than the other, but they all have to be seen, right? They have to be seen to be released. And the universe is a space that says all of these things exist, right? So they need to be seen. So if you understand one side, but the other side isn't seen, there's still a problem there. So before you forgive them and try to end your pain by forgiving them, we got to see what you feel. And it's telling you, for you, you feeling you first is the first thing. Feel about your hurt. What does it feel like to be hurt, right? It feels like a wall I keep running against, but I keep looking outside of me. So you'll listen, ML, you'll hit that wall forever until you look at the inside. It's time for you to not be able to do it on the smaller frequency that you've done it, right? You're here to see you now. And most people on this call are major empaths, and empaths often become empaths because they experience trauma. So they get very good at knowing what other people feel instantly as a way to not get hurt. There's also compassion, but it's also to not get hurt, right? And so what we do is we bury our inner child, and we're there for people on the outside because we can understand why they feel the way that they feel. But we do that ignoring what we feel. Right. So life is going, you now can't move forward until you start to be with what you feel. You can't just keep forgiving someone out of a fear of getting hurt and struggling to find compassion for them until you meet your inner child. And life is going, I'm going to do this to you until you meet your inner child. That is a no choice situation. And what's so great about the universe is you can't trick it. You can't be like, I'll just give them compassion and forgive them. It's going, you have to follow me only. It'll just suck until you follow me. You have no choice. You have to follow what I'm telling you in your body. It's just going to suck until you follow what I say. So no matter how much you artificially forgive someone from an unseen child, it's now going, you could get away with that in 2015. You can't now. In 2015, I would have let you skate by, but you got to evolve now. You're on this planet to evolve. And so that's how you have to get open to what life's trying to show you. And this stuff will get more and more fine-tuned as time goes on now, right? So you'll just notice, why can't I do this thing the way I would have done it yesterday? Oh, because it's got something new for me and I don't know what it is. And I can't find it with anything I've ever seen. So I just got to get open. Got it. I'm hurting. It wants me to see me, not just forgive before I see me.